You're going to think the whole time, man, this sounds like all the slop in the internet mixed together and poured in a cup for me.
Party rockin', as some would say.
I made a horrible nightmare.
But a fascinating question nonetheless.
You guys want to watch Limitless sometime?
You guys want to do this?
I have an answer, and it's so good and dumb.
Time to get math blasted.
Zoom is not a gentle lover, and you know that.
I also was trying to think of a boat horn joke.
What if Zoom just wants to give you soft kisses?
My note of Weezer song name puns.
I'm good for the slop.
I popped in at such a weird time.
I feel like we've done that already.
The time wasn't is, it was when.
Let's do this. All right, here we go. Hello, and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In the show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how, as far as lines you say before committing major crimes, you should have paid us more, goes pretty hard.
It does go pretty hard. I have watched the you should have paid us more arson video a couple of times.
Sorry, what's the context here?
Yeah, hang on. I must have missed a day on the internet.
Yeah, there was a day on the internet, time of recording, like maybe 2 days ago, that some warehouse employee took a video of themselves walking around the warehouse with a Zippo lighter, lighting stock on fire, and saying, all you had to do was pay us more. You could have just paid us more.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And like,
Sure.
5-alarm fire, whole warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know about the fire. I didn't know about, I knew like step 1 and step 3, and I did not know the
didn't know what those
important middle
question
part
marks
that was
were?
a dude walking through with a Zippo lighter.
Yeah. Yeah. So, another recent as of this recording, Super Mario Galaxy, the game, the movie, has been out for a couple of weeks now? Days?
Yeah, that
weeks?
sounds right.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
2-ish,
Yeah,
I think.
2 weeks.
Time is merely a construct, but that sounds accurate.
Yeah. 2025 was 6 years long, so that's where we're at. But spoilers, they very obviously set up an Avengers-style team-up event using Super Smash Bros. As the connective tissue in this movie, Super
The
Mario
biggest,
Galaxy,
longest
the game,
sigh.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
And critics agree that it is a movie that came out.
Hang on, real quick. Just Googling how many DC movies there were before Justice League.
No one will ever know.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the last Super Smash Bros. Game, came out 8 years ago.
It sure did.
That game came out in 20.
Yeah, it came out before the first Sonic movie.
Mm-hmm. And guys, good news. The writers at DT!HQ have been tapped to come up with that connective tissue to make the Super Smash Bros. Movie happen.
Our writers should be giving
Yeah.
master classes on how to find work in this economy, because
Yeah.
it's truly terrifying how often they're employed.
Yeah, go code.
I mean, the good news here is there were only 4 DC movies before they did Justice League. And if we count the 2 Mario movies, Detective Pikachu, maybe, the Zelda movie that might come out, and what is going to be a 4th Sonic movie, it's almost twice as many.
We're definitely more on like the Marvel scale of a release schedule than we are the DC scale. It just doesn't feel like it because we didn't get Nick Fury at the end of the first movie in this series.
Mm-hmm.
It's fair.
And also, because who cares?
Yeah, right?
Who's been asking for a Smash Brothers movie? Not even us.
Everyone who
Oh.
enjoyed Detective Pikachu.
What was that movie?
I enjoyed Detective Pikachu, and it made me want more Pokemon movies like Detective Pikachu, which we have not gotten. It did not make me want a Super Smash Brothers movie.
This is a post-show conversation. This is
Oh,
a
yeah,
show
yeah, you're right,
we will
you're
have
right.
this is a conversation we will have in the post-show. If you'd like to listen to the post-show, go to our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast and give us money, and you can gain access to the post-show where you can listen to us get mad about movies intended for children.
Don't say it like that. You're right.
Got his ass.
So say it like that more often.
I'm the host of
that's
this episode. I'll say it however I want to say it. Joining me today are my fellow DT!HQ writers, Matt Dacus Cole, Todd Shuffle Thomas, and Andrew Rar Henderson.
I don't know this one.
I think these are abbreviations for Smash inputs. to
They
do moves.
are! Todd,
Yeah.
I'm so...
Wow.
Hey,
I did not
did I
think
know that.
anyone would get it. and I didn't think it would be. I thought it would be Matt, the esports coach that would.
He is an
man.
esports
No,
coach.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you
but
why.
I don't even fuck with Super Smash Bros.
and
anymore.
he's the Nintendo boy. That's so
Yeah, the
weird.
Nintendo
No,
boy,
I'll tell
yeah.
you why I know this. It was because I was really, really good at Melee. Like, I was really good at it.
Oh yeah.
And
He went to malls to play Melee.
I went to malls. I traveled with a group of band members, and we went to malls. No, what it was I never learned any of the stuff. I never learned like glide dashing and like all that stuff. And these are the acronyms for things like that.
Yeah.
And that was the next evolution of if you wanted to be like
Yeah.
real good and sweaty.
You got as good as a casual could.
I was pro casual.
You got as good as you could without getting sweaty.
He got as good as he can without getting an Olympic style personal trainer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't watch YouTube videos.
He didn't.
I just had the
Well,
talent.
it was also 2002, so
It's
didn't-
true. Yeah.
In your defense,
fair.
Didn't go through a training montage with the best 80s anthem that we could license at the time.
Oh god, I was robbed of that.
Man, I bet there was an awesome Smash Melee VHS that made its way around the scene back in those days.
DVDs existed, Matt.
Yeah, but who was
DVDs were
recording
a
things on
thing.
DVDs in 2002?
DVD-Rs existed, Matt.
I still don't know how to use a DVD-R versus a minus R versus a plus R.
We can't. That's
One of
not
them
even a
says
post.
Post
Pokemon.
show.
That's nothing.
Post show.
One of them Sony.
Writers, give me your pitch for the next entry in what is shaping up to be the Super Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe. And why is it the best pick to make sure we get this thing across the finish line? Matt.
Yeah, Kyle, I need to just give a disclaimer up front that literally none of my answer, and I know none of Todd or Andrew's answers, were written by AI. You're going to think the whole time, man, this sounds like all the slop in the internet mixed together and poured in a cup for me.
Yeah.
And that's just because that's what the concept of a Super Smash Brothers universe is. That is,
It is kind of, yeah, you're right.
we all did this with our human brains, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that we're slop too.
You know how you can tell though? It doesn't start with "That's a good question, Kyle."
Yeah, and there's no M dashes. If you guys
Yeah.
check the notes, there's no M dashes.
Fuck you. I use M dashes all the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
and I'm a real person. I hate that.
I'm personally victimized by the accusations of M dashes.
I
I
didn't
feel-
even know. Sorry,
Dude,
guys.
I feel stronger about M dashes than I do about Oxford commas.
Okay, well, let's put that in the post show and let's
Post-show.
talk
This is a
about
deep post show today.
what we need. The kids need things, right? We know they need a new Wishbone. I think they also need a new underdog story. See, the thing with like Mario and Sonic is that they are hard to portray as underdogs. They're kind of just winners all the time.
Well, one's a hedgehog and one's a human, so that's the other.
Kyle, why would you do this to me? Anyway, everybody in these movies is just like inherently cool. Even Luigi is kind of cool, but Mario falls through a pipe. He ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess just like falls in love with him. He gets to do all the stuff. And then you got Sonic, who gets blasted into this galaxy and becomes best buds with James Marsden and eats a bunch of donuts. Like everybody's happy all the time. We need to show struggle. The kids need to learn what it's like to come up. They need a hero they can cling to, that they can watch, win, and lose, and climb all the way to the top. And that is why, out of the entire Super Smash Bros. Roster, the ideal hero for our next installment is Little Mac.
Okay.
All right.
That's right, Little Mac of the Punch-Out series, a series that we did talk about one time on this podcast in episode 122 with our friend Kelsey Lewin. We're doing a Little Mac movie because he has had to fight his way into popularity and to the top of the boxing rankings. So we're just going to do like a Little Mac story, an origin story, if you will. And he's going to punch a lot of people and it's
I
going to
have
be
my hand
awesome.
raised.
What's up?
I have my hand raised.
What do you want?
Let him have a moment, Andrew. Jesus.
How is this not Rocky? Please and thank you.
See, I think Matt can claim his script isn't AI because he just took the Rocky script and copy pasted Rocky for Little Mac.
Yeah. Duh.
I mean,
thought that
Rocky's a
that
good.
was kind of the thing. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Rocky's a good movie. So if you're gonna emulate something, you might as well emulate a good movie.
Yeah, I
sure.
feel
That's
like
what
if
I'm
you're going to talk
saying.
about an underdog
Yeah.
boxing story, you've got like 3 options.
Yeah,
And if it doesn't include a
And two
robot,
of
you've got
them are
2
Rocky.
options.
I
Yeah.
literally haven't, not in the notes I wrote in here. Oh, no, I did in the notes I wrote in here. I referenced Real Steel. So we talk about the robot
Oh,
boxing,
good,
too.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
thank God.
But it's
No, I'm back
it's either
in.
Rocky or it's Real Steel or it's Creed, which is just different Rocky.
Yeah,
So
it's just
yeah,
Rocky reboot.
we're doing a Rocky movie, but it's Little Mac. It's not technically Rocky. We don't have the rights. And honestly, I think it's going to be great. I think that Little Mac, again, the perfect character for kids to become attached to at the age that we are targeting. We are going to do like an Illumination type movie akin to the Mario films.
Just before we're off this note, to be clear, the second option that is not Real Steel was going to be $1 Million Baby. That was my third boxing movie.
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
allow
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So there's 4.
Well, 5 if you count the Sydney Sweeney boxing movie that no one saw.
I don't. I
We
haven't.
don't count that.
That's why
Is
we
that
don't count
real?
it.
Yes.
Regrettably. What's the next? Who goes next?
I think it's you.
It's you, Todd. Todd, what's your movie?
Is it the Sydney Sweeney boxing movie?
It's not. It's never. It never has been. It never will be. There is not a Patreon. There's not a patron's pockets deep enough to make us watch that.
Now I need to know what the Sydney Sweeney boxing.
You
movie is.
don't. You don't. Anyway, not the point. Kyle, there are a few foundational characters that have been in Smash games since the 64 era. And so obviously, whatever choice we make today has to come from that starting lineup. I'm glad we're all in agreement. So,
what? No, that's not even.
Also, nope,
that's not
I said
true
it.
at all.
You agreed. We also know that telling stories in outer space is kind of all the rage right now. Project Hail Mary, the new Mario movie, a third example.
The other one.
That's why. That's
One
why.
movie, the movie that prompted this.
yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, okay.
Source needed.
And Project Hail Mary whipped ass, so everyone can just
Did
be
whip
cool.
ass.
So that's why, Kyle, it makes sense that we have to get Samus Aran on the big screen. We need Samus. That's what we need. That's right. It's everyone's favorite bounty hunter in a metal suit that isn't played by Pedro Pascal. It is the correct choice to just strengthen that like connective tissue across the entire Nintendo universe, Nintendo extended universe, the that we don't need to do that. That's nothing. By putting together a Metroid movie, we'll be well on our way to connect that greater Nintendo universe that stretches across multiple planets and galaxies. She's a badass bounty hunter. She hangs out with a bunch of bird aliens. She shoots at flying dinosaur monsters. We need this. And further, it's undeniable that you can't lead into a Smash movie extended universe without finding a way to creatively connect even more planets and galaxies. And how better to do that than a badass bounty hunter in a mech suit that flies around and fights bird pirates. I think that's what Samus does. I think that feels right.
The bird aliens are the Chozo who are dead. They've been genocided.
They're not all dead.
They're all dead.
As of which iteration of
The first one.
No,
It's like
do
the
not-
whole thing.
I do not
It's
believe
kind of like
that
the
is-
whole thing.
I do not believe that is actually accurate based upon some of the Wikipedia I read today.
Okay, well, you're allowed to feel that way.
Yeah.
Well, you just said a thing and then said it so confidently and left it alone. I read the Wikipedia, which is factual knowledge. They don't let just anyone edit those. You have to log in.
That's
You can't
true.
just, you're
That's a
not
good
allowed
point.
to just go on the internet and lie.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
say
yeah,
something.
right.
Anyway,
Al Gore's
answer
internet.
is Samus, bounty hunter, space pirate, full send.
Okay.
Todd, it took Nintendo 8 years to do Metroid Prime 4,
Yeah.
and you're gonna try and get a movie made?
Yeah, when was the last Little Mac game?
Got
Got his
That's
ass.
a great question.
Andrew,
honestly,
what?
2009, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I assume it's not within 8 years. I don't know.
I
Fade
honestly
from
don't know.
black.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Here we go.
We see a close-up shot of 2 live-action old men playing chess. We don't see their faces. One of them is dressed in white, the other one in all black. Both are obscured by hoods. A black rook takes over a white pawn and cut once again to black screen. Just then, a banger J-pop song starts, probably recorded by Hikaru Tada. Smash cut, 2 live-action Keyblades clash as we cut to black. We then smash cut back to the old men. A white knight takes a black bishop. Smash cut again. The keyblades are locked in combat. We see a keyblade graze the arm of someone wearing a black short-sleeved hoodie. The keyblade slices through part of their arm as ribbons from the hoodie descend slowly to the ground. A slight but noticeable streak of blood runs down their arm. They then raise their bloodied arm and wipe the sweat off their forehead. And that's when we drop the chorus of the banger J-pop song that's playing in the background. Smash cut again. We hear the disembodied voice of what we assume is one of the two old men. So, it's finally time, huh? It is. Soon he will show us all the meaning of strength. The arm gives way and reveals a slightly more mature, slightly more grown-up Sora from Kingdom Hearts. He looks back at his opponent and gives a sly smirk, implying that he's just begun to fight. Shortly following, Sora hops backward, dodging some Keyblade swings along the way, and deftly casts an impressive-looking fireball. Smash cut again. Old men playing chess. You know they'll never forgive him. I know. They'll have to in time. Back to Sora. He's now frenetically clashing swords. Both opponents are moving at a breakneck pace. Sora gains the advantage and presses the attack, but just then, he's interrupted by a icy spell holding his hands in place. The camera swivels to reveal the person casting the spell is none other than Carrey. Black Queen hits the king. Checkmate. Unfortunately, time is not a luxury any of us have. We go back to Sora. He shakes off the ice spell as the opponent he was fighting lowers their hood to reveal himself as Riku. So now Carrey steps in and the two of them are fighting Sora for a few seconds and we smash cut to black once more as they're running toward each other. The Hikaru Utada song ends. Soon, all will be revealed. Gong gong, coming this summer. Kingdom Hearts, Ephemera of Finality.
Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts.
I almost did like an in media res kind of intro too, but when I saw Andrew's answer in the notes, I'm like, I don't need to because I think Andrew will for all of us.
Yeah, I covered it.
I looked and Little Mac appeared in a WarioWare Move It game in 2023. So
there you go.
You know what, Matt?
That is the same thing as a Little Mac game coming out. That you're right.
Yeah, I've tried to prove points based upon flimsier arguments, Matt. I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, no, I'm in.
And it got us to not talk about what Andrew said.
Andrew,
so
we don't need to.
Also
I do want to just put a pregnant pause on Ephemera of Finality. I was actually pretty proud of that.
I like your fake Kingdom Hearts title, and like I would enjoy that trailer.
Yeah, I mean, millions
to
of
be
people
clear,
on the internet
my Metroid movie is called Metroid.
Sure.
Like I say that as like a first grader holding macaroni art to you, Kyle. Like I made this. It's called Metroid.
Yeah,
it's like scrawled in crayon. We're gonna put that right on the fridge, Todd.
What? You couldn't do a Kingdom Hearts movie called Kingdom Hearts. That wouldn't like the purist.
What are we doing here?
No. Yeah. All right. Those are certainly three movie pitches to answer this question I've posed to you today. So we're gonna keep going. We are gonna pick one of these movies by the end of this episode. So unfortunate for better or worse, we're gonna pick one of these. So guys, writers, tell us about your movie. The plot. Is it live action or animated? Is it some kind of weird hybrid or claymation or whatever? How many characters from your IP are we putting in? And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and give me some casting. Matt, kick us off.
Yeah, Kyle. So I know some of us have seen Super Mario Brothers Galaxy, the game, the movie. For those of us on the call and those listening who haven't, as somebody who has seen it, one thing that was made very clear to me was that
it's a movie.
It is a movie. It is one
Donald
of
Glover
the
was
movies
Yoshi
of all time. No, it is clear to me that Nintendo and Illumination have found the microeconomic apex of make cheap movie, make extra money. Like the cheaper the movie, the more the money. And I think Illumination and Nintendo have found the absolute pinnacle formula of getting that done. It's big name voice actors, all with less than 30 lines, and crisp, clean animation.
They perfected that formula with every Pokemon game that's been made in the last 8 years.
Yeah, right? They've been working on it for a long time, and I don't discredit that. But what we are going to do is, again, a Little Mac origin story. Now, there are some haters out there saying Little Mac hasn't been in enough games to get an origin story. Literally, who cares? So, Little Mac is a boxer from Brooklyn, and he's gonna box other people in Brooklyn. And eventually, he's gonna be the best boxer in Brooklyn. That's pretty much it. That's the movie.
Yeah.
And the whole time, he is going to be coached ringside, just as he is in game, by his coach, Doc Louie. And we're going to see some characters from the Punch-Out games, and we're going to see some characters from around Nintendo. And you're asking me who those are, and I'm glad because I'm ready to tell you, Kyle.
Yeah.
So,
Hit me with them, Matt.
obviously, the big casting, our Chris Pratt, if you will, is going to be Little Mac. And again, something that Nintendo and Illumination have learned is that what you need are big name actors, minimal voice acting experience, and like just palatable enough that no parents are going to be upset. We need recognizability without any anxiety. And so that's why we've got Josh Peck. Josh Peck, just a normal white guy. Little Mac, Josh Peck, it's easy.
I mean,
now,
yeah.
what we need for Little Mac, of course, is some sort of motivation. Not just to be the best, but also to really matter to somebody. So we need a love interest, and it's not going to be like an actual love interest. This is a kid's movie. They're going to hug at the end, but it's not going to be like anything explicit. It's really just a buddy. And we wanted to pull in somebody who would believably be in Brooklyn that we saw in the first Super Mario Brothers movie. And that's why we have Pauline. Pauline, who is no longer with Mario because Mario fucked off to the Mario Kingdom, or to the Mushroom Kingdom. We got Pauline. Now, Pauline did have a couple of lines in that first movie. It was a voice actress named Jessica DeChico. She was great. Unfortunately, not a big enough name. We gotta put butts in seats, Kyle. Anna Sophia Robb is gonna voice Pauline for us. Now we're gonna get to the rest of the cast. Now that we have those two, Andrew, that face you're making.
Should I know who that
like
is?
flat line? You will if you Google her. You'll recognize her. She's Anna Taylor-Joy from 10 years ago, quite frankly.
Okay. Yeah. That was the face I was making.
Yeah. So let's meet the rest of the cast. I'll give them to you quick. Now, these are going to be the fun ones that like really get people in. They're like, wow, I can't believe that guy's in that movie. The Donald Glover is Yoshi, you know? We got to get a Glass Joe. If we're doing Punch-Out, we need a frail French man. And that's going to be Stephen Tobolowsky. We thought Stephen Tobolowsky would be great
That's good.
as Glass Joe. We are going to need that Doc Louie coach for Little Mac. That's going to be Anthony Anderson. Again, very palatable, very acceptable, and a pretty big name.
What's he done in 20 years?
Pretty much nothing.
He's had 2 shows. He's
well, he was on Blackish for a long time, and I think
there was
on that, but I don't know.
That's right. You're right.
And there was a
Grownish is the current show.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah. Anyway, we got to get a couple of other famous boxers in there. So we are going to bring in Don Flamenco. Now, who is going to play Don Flamenco other than an incredibly palatable actor who is going to get tons of moms to take kids to this movie? It's Antonio Banderas.
Pascal.
Antonio Banderas has 15 lines in this movie. How exciting is
That's
that?
all he needs.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we do, of course, have Soda Popinski. Can't do one of these movies without Soda Popinski.
Of course not.
We need a big, intimidating Russian actor who, again, is a big name and is going to get butts in seats. That's why it's David Harbour. David Harbour just doing the accent from Thunderbolts is going to be Soda Popinski, rounding out our main cast that we will see Little Mac slug his way through to be the best boxer in Brooklyn. Also, yeah, the movie's just called Punch-Out. It's just called Punch-Out.
It's called Punch-Out.
Cool.
Matt, the only issue I take with that is that Antonio Banderas is like kind of a legit voice actor. He carried that like Puss in Boots movie.
I know. He really did.
He's
And
really good.
honestly, like David Harbour has also done a lot of voice acting that's pretty good. I don't mean disrespect to any of these actors. It's just like I'm not bringing Matt Mercer, you know?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I dig it.
Do ya?
So far, I paid money to see Real Steel in theaters, so you still got me here.
I think Real
I
Steel's a better
didn't pay
movie
money,
than
but
this.
that's 'cause
Actually, no, I take that back. Kyle may have gotten me in to see Real
I think
Steel
we
for
saw
free.
Real Steel for free.
Yeah. It's unsalted popcorn.
Yeah.
It sure is unsalted popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. This is a plain cheeseburger.
Yeah. It was a plain burger.
No, there's Antonio Banderas is here. We got cheese.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's
we
true.
got cheese. Todd, what do you got?
Yeah. So to
Tell
answer
us
some
about
of
the
your,
Samus movie.
I'd love to tell you about the Samus movie. To tell you, just check some boxes right off the top. So it will be 3D animation a la the Mario movies, and it's gonna be, dare I say, a Star Wars like, in that it features multiple locations, both on board her ship, other planets, abandoned ships, that kind of thing.
Sounds like-
Set
Why
pieces
is that
like
a Star Wars like?
Yeah,
Because
that's literally
that's
no one
Star
else but
Wars is
Star
the
Wars has
only
done
movie
that.
that has ever done that, Andrew.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, shut up. When I said that, and then I said that it takes place on other ships and other planets and various destinations, did you not connect
Yeah.
those two dots? Is this whole explanation necessary in this moment?
What?
Not really.
Yeah, shut up. Anyway, it's a good answer and Kyle likes it. So,
All right.
the plot of the story is that Samus is an outer space bounty hunter, and she takes on this contract to go hunt down this bounty that we ultimately find out she takes on this contract because it is given by the Chozo, who are, Andrew,
Very much
canonically alive as of 2021's Metroid Dread.
Great.
And so she takes on this contract, and it's these alien bird people. Well, you come to find out that she's trying to go find survivors of this ship. Survivors are dead. She has to fight the mother brain. There's a lot more in between there, but that's the major beats. Because the Chozo, as everyone knows, were the ones that gave her superpowered suit, gave her all her fun gadgets, whole run-of-the-mill situation there. But ultimately ends up with her fighting Giant Brain in a Jar, or one of the different evolutions of Mother Brain. One of them is Mother Brain is on a giant robot. So, you know, we got options for the final fight. So it stars Samus, but we'll have other major players, much like I already said, Mother Brain, big old brain in a jar, will be the major big bad, but there will be a like Act 2 scrape with Ridley, because hell yeah, Ridley.
Sure.
Ridley will be believed to be dead, but that is just leaving the door open for Mecha Ridley to return later if we do have some success, because I believe there is a precedent for that. It'll also feature the bird people, the Chozo, who are not dead.
Very much alive.
Very much alive. And I will probably talk about it later, but there will be a second post-credit scene that does tease a dark Samus, because as you know, there is a dark Samus, which is loosely explained by a parasite that infects her DNA and makes a copy of her, something like that.
That's the X Samus. Dark Samus
man.
is the Phazon version
Yeah.
that was created in Prime.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Neither of those
Yeah.
are loosely explained.
It
either.
sucks that, I mean, they're pretty clearly explained. It sucks that there are two distinct and very
Yeah.
different clones of Samus running around.
We will ram jam those two things together because the canon
Sure.
here is whatever we want it to be. We don't need to spend too much time on that. But obviously, just in case, we're leaving a lot of seeds in case we need a sequel. In case we don't just jump straight to Super Smash Brothers, or we have so much success we want to come back to this property. Now, for your voices, Samus will be voiced by Tatiana Maslany. If you have not been watching Invincible, she plays a spaceship captain in Invincible. Very, very good. Obviously, everyone loves her.
Is Invincible a Star Wars like?
Invincible, it's not a Star Wars like. Currently, if you're following along in the show, they are in a very Star Wars like moment because they're going to multiple planets, multiple space stations. So yes, Matt, it is. Thank you for
Someone has to confront his father. If I'm not
it's
wrong.
basically an entire genre. Avengers Infinity War is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah, you got it.
Star Wars like.
We thank you. Kyle, my only friend. We have to get some big names in here. So Mother Brain will be voiced by the one, the only Dame Judi Dench. Yes, that's right. Dame Judi Dench will be voicing the
All right,
brain.
I'm back in.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I have been Lord of the Rings Hobbit pilled too much, so Ridley will be voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sure.
That just feels right. So there are a couple named
Also really good.
there are a couple named Chozo characters throughout the Metroid franchise. They all have fun names like Old Bird or Ravenbeak. So I don't know which one of those we're gonna have, but the main Chozo, who may even kind of play this like partner character to Samus, will be voiced by Keith David. Keith David won't say no to a voice acting project.
No.
He's all in.
That man's resume is a CVS receipt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since we'll get some sort of voice tease from Dark Samus in the second post-credit scene, I'm going to have Dark Samus voiced by Wonmi Masaku, who, if
I
you
like that one.
look up that
Yeah,
name, she's been in a number of things, but plays one of the TVA agents in Loki, one of the key TVA agents in the Deadpool movie. So a lot of big names, a lot of big energy. We wanted a lot of big voices that can thrive in the recording chamber, because that's what you need.
That's what we got. Okay. All right.
And Dame Judi Dench will get like title carded on this. Like it will be a
Nice.
featuring
Judi Dench.
like Harrison Ford gets in
as
every
Mother
movie
Brain.
that he's ever been in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I got nothing. I got no comment except
Just blasting you with
again,
Star Wars likes.
kind of sucks that the Metroid franchise has two different Samus clones that we
Yeah,
have
I'm pretty
to,
mad to find that out.
that we have to track through.
It's the
this.
only repetitive. When they run out of Ridleys, they throw other Samuses at you.
Yep.
It's the only thing that's better than Samus is Samus.
Yep.
Yeah.
It feels like they did Luigi. Then they're like, well, we got to do Waluigi, and they're like, we need a third thing.
Yeah.
And some pervert intern was like, what about if he was gooey? So we got Gooigi.
No, I don't want to talk about Luigi, but what I do want to talk. So here, the very real answer is that
You're gonna hate my next answer.
Metroid Fusion did it first, and Metroid Fusion, it actually works because it is Samus with all of the abilities that you're supposed to have, but
Yeah.
Metroid Fusion is like you're like broken.
Yeah.
So it's like narratively actually really cool, and then they just like Metroid Prime 2 just did it again.
and they
which
were
is,
like, hey,
kinda
we
lame.
really liked that. We want to do that in
Yeah,
our big
yeah.
flagship GameCube game,
Exactly.
but we're going to do it with it's Phazon now.
Yeah, it's the Phazon suit.
I've already forgotten the distinction between the two.
Yeah,
It's a distinction
sorry.
without a difference. Andrew.
it's very different, but all right, I'm sorry about this. So you guys remember where we left
start.
off Kingdom Hearts 3,
Yeah, I'm
right?
gonna go get a drink real quick while Andrew does this.
Yeah, just come back. I'll tell you when we're done. So you guys remember where we left with Kingdom Hearts 3?
Not
Sora,
I purposely don't.
I know. Sora and the gang collected all of
The gang being Goofy and
the
Donald.
good guys. I don't know. Shut up.
The most powerful mage on Earth, Donald.
If you let me get through it, it'll be done quicker.
I don't want to.
So the Keyblade warriors assembled. They all fought Xehanort to prevent him from creating the, you remember this, the Keyblade. That's, of course, the Greek letter Chi, or C-H-I.
Yeah.
Chi.
Yeah, like the T.
This was to prevent, this was to prevent the second Keyblade War. So at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora is successful in defeating Xehanort. He saves Kairi and he vanishes. I don't know what happens in the DLC. It effectively doesn't exist. We're moving on. We catch up with Sora at the beginning of our movie, who's living life in this sprawling, futuristic urban metropolis. Think like a low sci-fi version of Tokyo. He's living among the population, doesn't seem to remember his time from the games or his role as a Keyblade master. He's just doing his thing, going day to day, working at a regular office job and dating a girl named Catherine. That's it. But here's the thing, guys. Sora can't sleep. Every night, he tosses, he turns. He's got wild dreams, wild nightmares that he's waking up from constantly. He's hearing things. He's seeing things. He's got these fantastical visions that feel so real but are so insane that they can't possibly be. And it's one of these nights that he goes out for a walk. He can't sleep and he tries to shake out those restless muscles. He hears that voice from his dreams, and so he goes and chases it. And he follows a mysterious character covered in shadow down darkened city street after city street until he eventually hits a dead end. And in front of him is nothing but a closed door. So he looks around and he walks through the door, and flash, cut to white, he's immediately submerged in water. He is in the middle of a vast ocean, unable to see the waves crashing over him. He struggles, that's him coughing, to stay afloat and starts to sink. As the camera starts to obscure and fade, go. A hand comes from afar and drags him back up. We fade back in. Sora's being pulled onto a beach by a large tattooed man with long curly hair who's looking over him. Sora coughs and starts to stir, and he looks in the man. He goes, You saved me. And the man, speaking with the voice of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, says, "What can I say? But you're welcome." That's right,
man.
idiots.
Oh, that's rough.
This is Maui, the spirit of wind and sea. He says he was guided by Sora's position by the spirits, and he's not the only one who's mysteriously washed ashore. That's right, idiots. Maui takes Sora to meet the other guests on this strange island. It's a teenage girl named Moana. We just go through Moana. That's it. Shut up.
We pause our movie to watch all 128 minutes of Moana.
Because that's what we're doing now.
Time out. I do want to say,
Yeah.
credit where credit should be given. If the next Kingdom Hearts, because when's the last one came out? Don't answer it. I don't care.
Whenever I bought a PS5, I don't know.
Yeah, the next one, it feels like there's a non-zero chance that Maui pulls Sora out of the water.
Of course it is.
The Moana universe, and I actually wouldn't
I'm
hate
pretty sure
that.
Maui was already in the third one.
He probably was. I didn't finish
Never
it.
mind. I don't know.
No, he wasn't in the. No, that was Frozen. That was when we played through Frozen and Big Hero 6.
Okay.
That's right. Big Hero 6 was in there.
Yeah.
It's really cute that you guys think Disney's going to let a fourth Kingdom Hearts game get made, but go on.
It's
in
happening.
production.
It's in production.
Disney
Well,
loves slapping their IP on that.
Well, that's the thing. Kingdom Hearts is just you're going to play through whatever new Disney movie as an action RPG. Fuck you. Put in all the slop. It's the whole live action Moana cast. Just mo-capped again. Moana. Moana banana. Who gives a shit?
Pronouncing Moana. Pronouncing Moana like your parents pronounce Chipotle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking Moana. Whatever. Who cares?
Perfect.
Great. Yeah, no notes.
Great.
Moana and all. I have one. I do have one question.
Sure, yeah.
Does live action Dwayne Maui The Rock Johnson have nipples? Because currently live action The Rock Maui does not have nipples.
Man, what a good... Well, so the Kingdom Hearts games are
Were you about to
by
say, man, what a
nature-
good question? Were you about to say, sure,
Yeah,
man, what a good question?
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Kyle, man, what a good question.
Thank you, Andrew.
Normally, Kingdom Hearts games are rated T for teen, so the answer is yes.
Nipples ahoy.
If this is going to be...
Nipples O'Houlihan.
Jesus Christ. If this is going to be an actual Super Smash Brothers crossover movie,
Yeah.
and all of the Mario movies have been released by Universal, and this one's going to be a Disney movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you going to somehow get the largest merger of all time to happen? Or
I mean, sure, man. Show me weirder shit that's happening right now in the world.
No, I don't want to do that.
And
I don't want to do that.
I'll
'cause
open a
that's
laptop.
And
Yeah.
God, I hate defending Andrew on this, but
I
like,
hate it too.
when you're asking the question about like ambitious crossovers, he says with a heavy sigh, you can't not look at Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
As I rub my temples, this is what you wanted. This is what you asked for. Eat your slop, piggy, oink, oink.
Andrew stands in the arena yelling, "Are you not entertained?"
I don't think Todd's point that the first Kingdom Hearts game is the small domino that got us to this this exact episode happening. I don't think you're wrong.
No.
No.
And now I'm sad.
Yeah.
And now
Just
I'm
now?
sad.
I'll put that meme on Instagram when this episode comes out.
Oh well, now we're copyright
Oh,
struck.
boy.
So
Yeah.
all right, writers, we've got a pitch, we've got a script, I guess, and now we need to fold this into our greater Nintendo cinematic universe. What playable character from Super Smash Bros. Or the Nintendo family of characters, whatever we're calling like the characters that are in like Mario Party but not Super Smash Bros. Which one of those are going to show up to tickle the audience's balls to get them to come back for the next movie? To put it more simply, what is your I'm here to talk about the Avengers Initiative moment in your movie? Matt.
Yeah, Kyle. Easy. Happy to give it to you. Look, there's plenty of fighters, and we're doing a fighting movie. We're just going to take some of the other fighters from Super Smash Brothers. We're going to put them in here. And I mean, obviously, it's fighting game.
Really
they're all fighters, but like, what we're doing is we're
fighters.
getting Terry Bogard from Streets of Rage.
Because he's the king of them.
Not one of the sword boys, but a fighter.
No,
You
this
can't
is a
box with a
boxing
sword,
movie.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Not with that
Yeah.
attitude.
That's so silly.
I said Streets of Rage. It's Fatal Fury. My bad. Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, voiced by none other than Chris Evans. Yay, Chris Evans.
Sure.
And then we got more. We're going to see a whole scene where Little Mac almost has to box Ken and Ryu from Street Fighter, who were also in Super Smash Brothers. And what's
That's
so
true.
cool is we got the actual English voice actors of Ken and Ryu, Ruben Langdon and Kyle Herbert, to record a really incredible dialogue for those two characters, talking about the morality of two people boxing one person in a legitimate boxing match. Unfortunately, we cut it all. So you're
Yeah,
just going to
sure.
see them in the background. You'll never hear them talk. And then, of course, at the top of the roster is going to be the biggest, meanest, baddest fighter in all of the Bronx. And that's going to be Incineroar. Why is Incineroar in the Bronx? Because we're doing a Super Smash Brothers movie. And Incineroar is going to be voiced by Viggo Mortensen. How cool is that? Viggo Mortensen's going to be Incineroar.
Open wide, little piggy. Oink, oink.
Now, you're saying that isn't on par with we're here to talk to you about the Avengers movie. You're saying this isn't on par with Nick Fury. And I understand, because that's just the plot of the movie. You can't have a Nick Fury moment unless you cram 2 whole post-credit scenes into this bad bitch. And so we are going to do that. The first one's going to be a waste of time. The second one, though, we are really going to introduce the concept of a Super Smash Brothers movie, because in all of the Punch-Out movie, we are going to lead up to, well, Little Mac has to become the best fighter in all of the Bronx, because then he's going to get to fight the guy. And everybody's just going to talk about the guy. And everybody's going to think, man, Mike Tyson's in this movie. They're actually going to put Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in this movie. And you're going to get the whole way through, and you might think Incineroar is the guy, but Incineroar is not a guy at all. He's a weird cat Pokemon thing. It's not Incineroar. No,
He's
we don't
not a man,
see
you're right.
the guy until the second post-credit scene. And guess what? It's not a guy either. It's Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Sure.
Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong doing the big arm wind-up thing, which I'm hoping comes across in the way my voice just sounded that I was doing it too. And
It looked really good.
everybody's
It did
gonna be
look
like,
really
oh
good.
no, the guy is Donkey Kong. That means there's going to be a crossover. Final destination. No items. Done.
That's the tag.
Yeah,
That's the tag.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely the tag.
Great. That's nailed it. I do think you are a bit misguided in that I think it would be very easy to get Mike Tyson to appear in this movie.
Oh, I think so too. I don't think we want Mike Tyson to appear. in this
Yeah.
movie.
All
I think
right.
that's the big thing.
That's a valid point. Todd.
Yeah, Kyle, the movie ends with Samus blowing up the mother brain, escaping from an exploding abandoned ship, yada, yada, yada. Our first post-credit scene finds Samus rolling into a planet with like an intergalactic cantina, kind of like Star Wars. And her ship has to swerve out of the way to narrowly dodge a ship that we see as it like cuts away is piloted by one Fox McCloud and has a handful of other Mario characters on it. That's not the reference. That's just a fun little set dressing piece that connects the universe. So she walks into a dark corner of Cantina and approaches 2 shadowy figures, one small in stature, one much larger. The smaller one speaks up and says, she says, sorry, I read my script wrong. She says,
Doing great.
are you the ones with the contract? She says as she removes her helmet, reminding us that Samus Aran is a person, a woman.
Yes.
The Nintendo
Thank you for
freaks in the
leading with
90s.
person.
Nintendo freaks in the 90s were confused at that revelation.
It was very. What are you talking about? My. What was it? The husband can't be the surgeon.
Yeah. Doctor
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
operate on this child. Yeah. And so she says, "Are you the ones with the contract?" And the smaller being says, Yes, regrettably, and an air of embarrassment in his breath, and continues to say, he's the most dangerous being in the entire universe. This character is Meta Knight, voiced by Adam Driver. And
I do kind of love that.
I really
Yeah.
like that.
he says this as a glint of light shines off of his sword, and she says, "Who's the contract?" as she puts her headset back on. He says, "We're uploading his profile to your headset now, but..." And the bigger character interrupts and says, "And I say that's what we're going to pay you handsomely for your work here now." As a bright flash fills the headset display, Samus sees the outline of a bright yellow star crash on her display.
It's Foghorn Leghorn.
A small pink puffball lands before sucking up half a dozen smaller creatures before donning a floppy green cap, I think it is, and wildly begins throwing bombs in every direction. And that big creature's voice says, "See, we're going to need you to catch the most dangerous and destructive force in the entire universe. That there Kirby." And so it's King Dedede. And I don't know, King Dedede is probably voiced by Matt Mercer. Matt said Matt Mercer earlier. I like that. He could probably handle King Dedede's voice. I don't know any other Cajun adjacent voice actors.
It's Channing Tatum.
Yeah, it's Channing Tatum. Matt Mercer can only be dark and brooding characters.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Channing Tatum. I change it to that. But yes, that is how we connect the universe. That we have Meta Knight and King Dedede having Samus hunting down Kirby, and it becomes this like enemies first and then friends later kind of vibe.
And enemies
wins,
to
we
lovers
lose.
storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah,
enemies to
okay.
lovers.
Yeah, whoever wins, we lose. That's right.
All right. Okay. Great. Not
I'm
sure
glad
where,
you dropped a Godzilla X Kong reference.
Alien versus Predator, but thank
I
you.
think both did that bit.
I'm
though.
pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, not sure where Foghorn Leghorn came into that equation.
Well,
but
King
otherwise-
Dedede famously has a Cajun accent, and I'm not good at that.
It was a temporal rift.
You know what? We just put a little flair, a little mustard on that. That's
Yeah,
all it is.
little stank on it.
Yeah.
And Andrew.
Kyle, remember when the whole point of Kingdom Hearts was to mix Final Fantasy characters with Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah, neither does Square Enix. So after Sora goes to Moana World to experience the plot of Moana, his efforts to get home, he enters yet another door, which takes him to an urban city. But for a moment, he thinks he's finally home, and whoops, the cops are bunnies, and oh shit, he's in the Zootopia universe.
Oh, man.
So Sora teams up with Judy Hopps to solve a murder or whatever happens in Zootopia. Who gives a shit? After that, Sora's like, "Okay, guys, I seriously need to get home. This was great, Judy Hopps and Jason Bateman's character, but I gotta go." So he hears yet another mysterious voice calls out, and he follows it. This time he's in a desert. Oh shit! Now there's nobody here. Not even Judy Hopps is here. Suddenly, he hears an awful sound, and goddammit, Kyle, sounds a lot like the Sand People from Star Wars, and wouldn't you know it, he then gets attacked by the Sand People from Star Wars because Sora's on Tatooine!
Your movie's a Star Wars like too.
It's just Star Wars, Todd.
Now we're
Yeah,
just
it's not
doing
like
Star Wars.
anything.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because Sora saved it just in time by blaster fire, but none other than the Mandalorian. That's right, guys. Pedro Pascal is also in Kingdom Hearts. He's gonna come reprise his role for Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'll tell you why
This
I
is
don't
me-
hate what you're doing.
Me
Yeah.
pumping my arms, running to the theater to watch Mandalorian and Grogu.
I'm going to give you this compliment early instead of later, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks.
You put an answer together like when I would interrupt my sister while she was playing Barbies with my Ninja Turtles. The same way that I'd be like, and then Leonardo comes in and he breaks up the pool party.
It's real little. It is real little brother behavior.
Yeah, man.
Andrew
So
is
yeah, I'm not done either. I'm sorry.
Finish.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. So Mandalorian, he's looking for Grogu. Of course he is. So Sora agrees to help. So they track Grogu's biometric scanner or some shit all the way to an abandoned warehouse. It's teeming with guards. Sure.
Is Bill Burr there? Not Bill. Yeah, Bill Burr.
Maybe.
He was in.
Yeah,
he was in that show.
yeah. In that one episode. So together, Sora and Mando take out the guards. They infiltrate the warehouse and they find Sephiroth.
From Smash Brothers, Sephiroth?
From Smash Brothers, Sephiroth.
From hit trading card game Magic the Gathering.
From this is closing in the Magic the Gathering. Now Sephiroth, Kyle, Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII and from Super Smash Brothers and from Magic the Gathering wants to harness all the Yoda powers of Baby Grogu to summon a meteor that's going to destroy the Star Wars world, because that would destabilize the fabric of reality between the other worlds and would allow his own alien mother, Genova, to cross the threshold of worlds and devour them, effectively making her and him by extension, because, spoiler, they're the same person because of Genova cells, they're gonna make them gods. Now, he mentions the hundreds of worlds that Sora isn't even aware of, and he lists them off, and he says, ha, ha, ha,
one at a time. He lists all of them.
Worlds of princesses and kings, worlds of mushrooms, worlds of small monsters who fit in your pocket. And then there's a 2-minute fight. They do the fight. Sephiroth escapes with Grogu with magic, and now Mandalorian is in this too. And we gotta go hunt down Sephiroth, who's opened the whole gates to the Nintendo worlds.
And that's roll
You guys
credits.
as tired as I am?
Yeah, man.
Man.
I am, actually.
Good.
You
All right.
put more energy into your answer than I've done to anything all day.
Yeah, I did this in 30 minutes before.
Yeah,
we
no, I
clicked
mean, it
record.
shows, but like you're,
Oh, I know this is on
you're,
the dome, yeah.
you're excited
Yeah.
about
That's
it.
more of
Yeah.
more of a condemnation of Todd's day than your answer.
I'm back again with the whole like you presented your macaroni art with so much chutzpah. You made the family sit down and watch you present it.
Yeah, I put on a performance. Anyway, it's Kingdom Hearts, and I'm done.
All right. So, writers, you have certainly brought us 3 scripts and plans for movies. What we need from you before we can pick one of these is we need you to establish an in-universe explanation for a recognizable Super Smash Brothers game mechanic. Like the light shields, their hit percentage, something identifiably Super Smash Bros. To take some of the expositional load off of future entries where we're fully in the Super Smash Bros. World, I guess. How are you going to do it? We'll take your answers right after this break. All right, we are back. Writers, you have been tasked with putting something identifiably Super Smash Bros. Into your movie script, like something explicitly from the game Super Smash Bros. And not another Nintendo property. How are you going to do that? Matt, you are first because your name is first on the list.
Yeah, Kyle, longtime listeners of the show might be familiar with the Marquis of Queensberry rules of 1867. Those are the rules that established the laws of boxing. And I know I've referenced them on this show before.
Nope,
and I
I'm
can't
back in.
remember
Yep.
why.
Yep. I was like, so here's the thing. You said that, and I was like, why do I know this?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep going.
So anyway, the Marquis of Queensberry rules and the current Association of Boxing Commission's regulatory guidelines both dictate that you cannot leave the ring voluntarily while boxing. Doing so during a fight is considered abandonment and results in immediate disqualification. And that is going to set up the rules of this world that if you leave the stage, you die. So we're going to box in this boxing league, not only like in a boxing ring, but we'll see some street fights and some other sanctioned out of the typical space fights, but the rules will remain the same, that if you leave the designated area, you lose. And then probably in the Super Smash Brothers world, you'll like lose a life and not like lose the fight. I don't know. We're just in New York. But anyway, if you leave the ring, you lose, just like stages.
You die in
Super
real
Smash
life.
Brothers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If you leave the box, you die in real life.
Okay. All right. We got our stages established ahead of time. I like it. Okay. Todd.
Yeah, gotta be the shielding mechanic. So the
Okay.
light shield. And so I'll say why. So like I think this gets explained really, really easily by some Deus Ex supply, tech moment where I really like the idea that Star Fox would introduce it, but like if we can't hem fist his cameo to last long enough, maybe this is like the Chozo alien birds give the tech and then Star Fox gives it to the rest of the team later. Not important. The concept of light shields, though, is really funny because they introduce it. They say, hey, like you cross your arms, it throws up a shield temporarily. If it goes too far, it hurts you, blah, blah. That's not what matters about this. What matters is in a future Smash Bros. Movie, there's a gearing up montage where everyone gets their shields and stuff. And Yoshi definitely eats his shield. And they laugh and they say, like, we'll only have enough for one for everyone. And that explains why Yoshi has to put an egg around himself when he uses his shield instead of doing the light shield.
I like that. It's got layers.
That's very, that's very funny to me. And so we just have to find a way to like ham fist some shield. Like I said, Star Fox probably gears up the team, but if we can't make his cameo do all that, then the Chozo and then Star Fox later.
That's like $750,000 to have gotten Donald Glover say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he does as someone who's seen the movie, Donald Glover does a Vin Diesel level lift with his Yoshi antics.
It's true.
Good. I like it. Andrew, bring us home.
Stickers. It's stickers.
Okay.
The best mechanic out of
Everybody's
Smash Bros.
favorite part.
Everybody's favorite part of Smash Bros.
Famously
Stickers.
popular Super Smash Bros. Mechanic stickers. Okay.
So here's what I'm thinking. So every Kingdom Hearts game has places where they ram jam Disney characters and other things that they didn't have money or time to animate or give voice acting to. So like in the old ones, you have like summons. In the newer ones, it's like, oh, do a mission with Winnie the Pooh, but it's not voice acted. It's like, fuck you. So there's always ways to like pull in more Disney secrets, right? So I think when Sephiroth is going from Nintendo World to Nintendo World and stabbing it with a sword, who cares? Sora will like find, Sora will like find the remnants of the people who have already been killed in the form of stickers because we still can't show death because this is a Disney movie. And as we all know, the most powerful weapon in the universe is the power of friendship. So Sora will collect those stickers of the fallen Disney worlds and add them to his very physical sticker book to become more powerful through friendship.
Okay. I like stickers as physical representation of friendship. That's good.
Thanks.
Good stuff.
Thanks. I meant it earnestly.
I believe you.
That might have been the most earnestly thing said on this episode.
Yeah.
I just love that you said stickers and we all said sure.
Yeah.
No argument there. Easy.
I think I would like to actually introduce the gachapon mechanic of you putting your coins you earn into the machine to get the stickers. I want to make that part of the movie. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, no, and it's just you just have to watch Haley Joel Osment because it's just Haley Joel Osment as 40 years old, who's just like at a gachapon machine.
Yep,
it's just like motherfucker. Just
like every 15 minutes or so, we see him just like feeding coins into a machine, and then like late in the movie, Sora like comes in and like grabs his sticker book. He's like, I got him.
There's a whole deleted scene of him just ironing out the crease in a dollar bill on a machine, on a vending machine.
We're joking about it right now, but they do the Super Mario Brother Galaxy, the game, the movie, does a bit like that 3 times.
I'm sure they do.
Yes, they do.
They do a bit 3 times, and you think it's too much, and it's never too much.
Yeah. Okay. And it's honestly, it might be my favorite bit of the movie, to be honest.
Yeah, fair.
All right. We have heard 3 pitches. We've heard your castings, and we've even heard how you're going to tie it into a greater cinematic universe. But now we got to pick one of these. Closing arguments. Give us a reason why we should pick yours. Matt.
Kyle, it's easy. We followed the formula. We did what Illumination and Nintendo are already doing. It's palatable. It's got big names. It's going to get butts in seats. And we don't have any of that weird freak shit that the other two have. Because Todd's got to contend with the Zero Suit Samus thing. And Andrew's doing Kingdom Hearts. So
it's kind of that whole thing.
Pretty safe over here in Punch-Out Town.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet Punch-Out Town fucks.
It sure does, man.
Punch-Out Town probably does fuck. Kyle, do you or do you not want to see Samus using space tech from Alien Birds fighting a big old brain in a jar voiced by Dame Judi Dench?
I don't not want to see that.
Yeah, that's it. There's one thing I know about Kyle Harper. It's that he would like this. So talk about it all the time.
Talk about it's what I'm always saying. Andrew.
I'd like to thank the Academy for the nomination and the pleasure of just being here today.
Fantastic.
You'd have no apologies to give?
I cede my time.
Andrew lives his life without regrets. All right. Well, we're going to decide which one of these to pick, why don't you guys do some good vibes, if you have any? Matt.
I don't know that I do have it.
It's not a deep well.
I think that this episode might finally be our comeuppance. I think we flew too close to the sun. I think this is it. Because 5 seasons ago, maybe even 7 seasons ago, if you would have asked me to do a Super Smash Brothers movie, I would have been so jazzed about that idea. I was like, that's a great idea. I want to talk to you about it. I'm going to write a script. You're going to get voices, the whole thing. And today I saw Super Smash Brothers movie. Not even today, like 3 days ago, I saw Super Smash Brothers movie in the dock. And I was like, man, I guess. And
I turned my phone off.
It doesn't mean anything about like us. It's just the world, man.
Yeah.
And I think both of you guys did a really 6 out of 10 job, just like I did. I'm proud of us here today. Actually, Andrew tried really hard, and I don't want to take that away from you.
I didn't. I actually need you to understand that I didn't, because I'd rather it be very clear that I also did a 6 out of 10. Please and thank you.
Yeah, this episode is the equivalent of that there was an attempt star. And I do want to echo what Matt said, that like there is something to be said that 5 years ago, 7 years ago, this is like, yeah, that's so cool and so fun. And now we're like, well, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it might not be called what we think it's going to be called. It's some version of this is going to happen. We might as well just embrace what's coming and joke about the ways that it's not going to happen.
If movies keep coming out, this will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the only thing that will stop this from happening is if like theaters close or something.
Yeah, the heat death of the sun. I will say though, Matt, I would watch your movie long before I would watch Christie, the movie starring Sydney Sweeney that was a boxing movie that no one went to go and see. I'll say that. And Andrew, I hate what you did, but there is an undeniable charm to the way that Kingdom Hearts. First off, I would never watch a Kingdom Hearts movie. I would walk into traffic before I'd watch a Kingdom Hearts movie.
Sure.
Kingdom Hearts movie is just all the cutscenes put together in one 8-hour YouTube clip. There is an undeniable charm of playing Kingdom Hearts when you suddenly like get rescued by Hercules. And you're like, all right, I like this. Like, I think there is an undeniable charm to what it's doing. I don't know if you gave us a ton of the charming pieces other than Moana. But I do love
Moana.
I do love that that's now a new verbal stim that I have.
So we'll talk about it in the post show. I want to take this moment to look at each one of you, my friends who I've known for a very long time, and say, I hear you, I see you, and I respect you. And Super Smash Brothers Cinematic Universe sucks shit.
So it's so funny too, because like, when did Detective Pikachu come out? Like 2017?
Yeah, that sounds right.
A whole 2 fascist regimes ago.
Right. It's a
2019.
different fascist regime.
2019, okay.
Oh, one regime
In
ago.
the before times, though.
Yeah, in the before times.
But like, even that tells you that like 7 years ago, we got the first inkling of this.
Yeah, and we like, that was like, oh, they're gonna, you know.
And now we're like, oh, you might do it, huh?
I am certain this question has been in our like episode ideas since Detective Pikachu came out.
Yeah.
Maybe
that sounds right.
Or like the Sonic trailer, whichever one happened.
No, I'll tell you what
first.
it was. It was when Kyle, you and me went through and made like 80 episode ideas.
Oh yeah,
and then planned an entire year. Then COVID happened.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
that's what it
AKA
was.
season 2.
Nailed it.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And here we are, devoid of whimsy and charm.
So, in our own defense, to give collectively ourselves some grace, we spent a lot of our whimsy in the last few episodes.
Yeah.
We kind of whimsymaxxed.
We whimsymaxxed recently.
No, I refuse.
This is feeling like a bit too much of a peek behind the curtain, but this one feels like the execs actually got us. Like the power dynamic switched from us being like, the execs make us real estate agents. Like
We're like, but we really need to pay our rent, and I think the execs just win this time.
To pull the curtain back more, what really happened was Saturday night rolled around and I needed to get show notes out to you guys.
Yeah, man.
And I realized, like, it was like, the Super Mario Galaxy movie set this up. The SEO is right, I guess.
It is.
Here we go.
But only if we can call this episode Whimsymaxxing.
We'll let the Patreon decide.
You can call this whatever you want. We're gonna pick one of these movies right now.
Oh God, we are.
And so we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Andrew. Andrew, I really wanted to make the Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, sure, man.
I really wanted to make the Kingdom Hearts movie that bridged the gap from Super Mario Galaxy, the game, the movie, into the Super Smash Bros. Movie. But we took it to Disney, and they just laughed. They just laughed at us and didn't even say anything. Didn't show us the door. They just laughed until we left.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of me getting into this bathtub with this active toaster.
This is my bathtub toaster.
That leaves us Matt and Todd. And Matt, I really want to do like Little Mac copy and paste Rocky, but for Little Mac and other video game characters. But Todd said Star Wars and
Damn it.
we're beating this horse to get all the money out of it that we can. And that's
True.
Hitting the horse there is going to get us more money.
God, that poor horse. That poor Star Wars horse. It's begging for death behind the barn.
So Todd, you're our winner today, but are you?
That's the real losers are whoever has to watch this movie.
So that's gonna do it for us today. We're chaining Todd to a desk to start writing the script to the Metroid movie that is part of this Illumination cinematic universe.
I'll have it done in by
nope, Todd, don't talk. Keep writing.
Close of business today, Kyle. I'll have it done for you, man.
Not with those words coming out of your mouth. Listeners, thank you for listening to Debate This. You can follow along with our arguments on Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Debate This Cast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. If you want to support Debate This, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/debatethiscast, where for the price of $5 a month, you can get access to our monthly Patreon exclusive show, which is currently season 2 of our Lord of the Rings rewatch show called Fellowship This, aka one does not simply record a Lord of the Rings podcast, there in pod again, an unexpected recording. You could also donate $5 to us so we can give Todd some food so he can keep writing this script so he can be
He
free.
needs to keep title maxing.
Oh, no.
You will also gain access to past Patreon shows like Deconstructed and The Office Drones. Until next time, I'm your host, Kyle Harper.
I'm Matt. Call me a fan of Moana, Cole.
I'm Todd. We name our Patreon shows like Kingdom Hearts spin-offs, Thomas.
And I'm Andrew. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but with a massive merger between Disney and Universal. Henderson.
And we're saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.